Wonderful story there by Emmanuel Tona. Experts and child protection crusaders are warning that children are the hidden victims of the health crisis caused by the Covid-19 pandemic. And with more than 10 million school-going children expected to sit at home for another 2 months before possibly returning to school in January, the risk facing them is getting worse. However, the European Union, in collaboration with other players, has initiated a program aimed at reducing violence and exploitation of children during this period. Shadrach Miti reports.
Nearly 2 million learners comprising of Grade 4, Class 8 and Form 4 candidates have the assurance of remaining in school until they sit their final examinations between March and April next year. However, long-term effects on the rest of the 10 million learners locked out of school until early next year due to COVID-19 is raising concerns both locally and internationally.
We saw from the first experience, the first wave, that child protection issues emerged in an alarming way, especially around issues like teenage pregnancy, like the exploitation of children in the homes by caregivers sometimes, and then also children being given up for marriage and undergoing such practices as FGM when schools were closed.
With many parents and guardians facing huge financial challenges and other social distress occasioned by loss of jobs and other family challenges brought about by the pandemic, the long forced holiday of a whole 8 months exposes over 10 million learners currently locked out of school to the dangers of exploitation, child labor, female genital mutilation, early marriages, and neglect. However, parents and teachers are being advised to consider alternative ways of engaging those children in a way that protects them from feeling left out.
There are times that, we are having learners to come in and maybe do a video, a dancing video, of course with social distancing in it. Those children are feeling that they are being included. They feel that there is still hope and there is still so much for them to do, even if they are not in a physical class.
With financial support from the European Union, child protection agencies such as the World Vision and Child Fund have come together to reduce violence, abuse, exploitation and neglect against children during this period. The project will focus on strengthening national and local child protection systems while working with families, communities and institutions to raise awareness and capacity to protect children.
Children are the hidden victims of this pandemic. We know that there's violence in children's home even in normal times, and this is compounded once we have the COVID-19 crisis. We have even more of that because the children are spending all their time at home.
This project is timely and important because we want to make sure that even as we get into the second wave of COVID-19, we work with key partners including the government of Kenya, agencies and departments that are involved in child protection.
Promoting child-led initiatives and campaigns with strong emphasis on learning and sharing of good values and practices among children will be core to this program. Shadrach Miti, KTN News.
That's how we wrap it up here on Checkpoint. But before we go away, let's take a look at